Hi, my name is Tyra Smith, and I am currently working as event operations intern at the Georgia Games, located in Kennesaw, Georgia. So, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my process searching for an internship and how I acquired this one. So, first off, I started early. My internship was required to be completed in the summer, and I started searching for an internship around probably the close to the end of December during winter break, and a lot during January, February, March, April, like all up until May when I was set to graduate. And I first off, what I did was I figured out what field I wanted to go into and I set a career plan. So I wouldn't just be applying to everywhere, even things that I didn't want to do, because I did have some type of standards of what I wanted to accomplish and what type of experience I wanted to get, because I do want to go in event operations eventually, uh, preferably for an intercollegiate level. So, doing event operations, being an event manager, or colleges. So, I searched for places that did that, or either event operations on scholastic levels, like for high schools. Like, I searched for internships with the Georgia High School Association, and also amateur level, like lacrosse. I applied for this organization called Aloha Tournaments that do lacrosse tournaments all across the country. I applied for a lot of positions like that. And also, I was interested in facility management at the beginning, so I applied to facility management jobs as well, like turf sports in South Carolina, multiple places. It was some difficulty trying to find internships that fit my criteria because I did want to be paid, and preferably housing covered, but it's not a lot of internships that do all that. It's very few, and those are like very competitive. A lot of people apply to those, so I kind of had to broaden my research, and looking for I started looking for other internships outside of what I was looking for in terms of benefits and experience. But what I always kept in mind when I was searching for internships is that they provided college credit, because that's the most important, because you need the internship to get your degree fully. And also that they would give me the type of experience that I was looking for, because with the Georgia Games, they cover all the basics that I need. I get experience in event operations and marketing and planning and implementing like very large events. So I always kept that in mind. And it's also good to ask people who have graduated before you about their internship experience, because I did use who I knew, who had graduated before me, who had gone on to complete internships, because more than likely, most times with Georgia Southern, you go on to complete internships that other Georgia Southern students have gone on to do. So it's good that most times they leave a good name behind, so that when you come in, you have expectations to live up to, but they give you more of a chance, it seems, when you're applying. So I did use who I knew. I talked to a friend who was an intern for Go Kickball in Atlanta, Georgia. I did not get the internship, but they did recognize his name and who I was and what school I came from. And, it set a good precedent. So maybe the next time another student who wants to apply, they'll see that, oh, they're from Georgia Southern. They're a good student. Other things that were difficult were just being patient, because I would apply to these internships and I wouldn't hear back from them for weeks. And most times it just took them a while to get back to me. But it's always good to do follow-ups. Like after you send in an application, about a week or 2 weeks later, it's good to do a follow-up to just be like, hey, my name is such and such. I'm from Georgia Southern or wherever school you're from. I sent in my application a couple weeks. I'm very interested in the position. We'd like to talk more. Here's my contact info. That's always good because they see that you take initiative and that you want the position. And just apply to a lot of places. Like, keep applying. I kept applying until the deadline of when we were supposed to turn in documents. And it does get discouraging, the job search and internship search process. It does get discouraging sometimes because you are applying, and you're not hearing back from there. You're doing follow-ups. You're going to job fairs. But just keep at it, because I applied to almost 40 places and I literally only heard back from about, I want to say 5. So you just got to keep getting at it, and eventually you will land the internship that you want. You just have to be persistent. Always make a good first impression, and make sure that you have a good updated resume with lots of experience, and not just work experience, but also education, internship experience, because I did do an internship that was not required of me beforehand, and that actually helped me out with the internship that I have now, because they saw that, oh, she has actually done things in this area of event operations before. She make a good asset to our team. And yeah, so it's good to have experience in all fields, a lot of volunteer hours. That's always good to have. And eventually you will land the internship. And one thing I would say is prepare at least a year ahead. I prepared like 6 months ahead, and I still was like last minute rushing to try to turn in all my documents, find a place to live, and just like figuring out commuting, transportation, and what to do with my internship with Dr. Bonhill. It's a lot, because you still have school. It gets in the way because you're trying to do finals, you're trying to pass all your classes. So it's good to, like, when there are big breaks like Thanksgiving, summer, winter break, that's the time, if you are a junior or a senior, or you are going to be a senior, that's a good time to take the time to actually spread it all out, figure where you want to be at, what internships are available in that area, and also just have things prepared, have an outline, have at least a career plan. Like, where do you want to be at in 5 years? Then you can set an outline of what you want to accomplish, and then you can find internships that will help you accomplish your goals. That's the most important thing I would say, because I feel like this internship will help me accomplish my goals and eventually lead me on further down my career path and help me become the person that I want to be. So that's really all I have to say about the internship process. Um, I would really this last thing. If you have the opportunity to do the internship and not the classes, I would highly recommend you do the internship and not the classes, because this is probably going to be the best experience for me. And if you decide to do, it's going to be the best experience for you, because you actually get experience in the field, in the sports industry. You actually see how things go. Taking the classes really won't, I feel like it wouldn't really get me as prepared as doing the internship. So I would highly recommend doing the internship, because that's probably the best option for you after you finish all the rest of your classes. So that's it. I hope the information I told you was helpful. And if you have any questions, you can ask me in the comment section below. And I will post my email. So you can email me about this. You can email about the internship I'm working now if you're interested in it. And also just do your research. Do your research about, if you find an internship that you really like, do your research. Go to Glassdoor, Indeed, Monster.com, Teamwork Online, Google Jobs. That'll really help you find a lot of internships that you're looking for. And use your resources. Use your professors, career services, your parents, people that you may know, your high school ADs. They usually know a lot of people in the area that you are. If you're from Georgia, they may know a lot of other people in the sports industry that live in Georgia. I'm not sure about other states, how it works. But yes, use your resources. Use everything provided to you. Use current students, past students, anybody that can help you move further along and secure an internship. Use them and tell them thank you after the fact, because that goes a long way. Like, even the people that send me rejection letters, I still told them thank you, because later down the road, I may want to apply for a full-time position there, and they may remember me. They may be like, oh, she sent this application a long time ago, we turned it down, but now she's come back with more experience, and she wasn't rude when we rejected her, so maybe we should give her another shot. Just be thankful, even when people say, because you never know, later down the road, they may be like, oh, let's give them another shot. Now that they've came back with more experience, a better resume, etc. So, yes, if you want to ask me more about Georgia games, you can ask me or you can look up online. But I'm going to leave my email down there if any current or graduates, if they want to ask me any questions. And that's all I have to say. I guess you will see my next video about my internship process. Bye.